To start off the morning, woke up, had the cold shower, got myself ready, had some oatmeal, and then I worked remote for Sleeping Giant Capital. Following that, hopped in my car, drove down here, got some parking, and now we're just waiting for class. We're downtown at Sleeping Giant Capital, right next to Bronson Park. We're also right next to the Kalamazoo Mall, as you can see, super close to a lot of really great places downtown. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've been to Taco Bob's in the last 2 weeks. 3010 is unlike any class I've ever had. Taking that classroom experience and putting you in the real world. Not only are we doing that consulting work and getting that experience, but we're also competing for a cash prize this semester. So $10,000 on the line. I've heard that you can't find this anywhere else. So to have it be here in hometown Kalamazoo, right at our school, Western, is such a great opportunity for all the students here.
If you guys click on the market research document, there's a script that we can come up with also. The task for today is to put all our questions together. So we're interviewing right now. So by next week, we should be able to have a few emails sent out. So what we're gonna do now is we're just going to kind of draft a script of what we're gonna say to them and make sure we ask the important questions so that we get the most important information.
We are doing our data collection plan, kind of finalizing our questions and who we want to reach out to, so we can kind of get ahead in our market research next week and schedule interviews and surveys.
I think today's going really well. We have about 10 more minutes, so we got to meet up there. So, like I said, we're going to finalize this up and see where it takes us. I would say the first deliverable was a little rocky, but I think this last issue tree we made, I think we definitely stepped it up, and I'm curious to see what the grade is later today.
Initially, we didn't know what this class had to offer. We were all just being thrown into the jungle, as Doug has mentioned before. So yeah, I mean, everything was just fresh and new. So we just had to start from scratch. And you know, when you start from scratch, it might not go as planned initially. So K College being a small school of about, I'd say, 1,500 students, our college president and dean of students are always available. They eat lunch with the students. They walk around. So being able to use them as resources, it's very valuable for us. They're easy to get a hold of, so that's an advantage we have.
Here's what we're gonna do for the next 30 minutes. We're gonna actually have some fun at the CTL's expense. We're gonna do some role playing, but the purpose of the role play is how you actually do feedback in your one-on-ones. So here's what we're gonna do. There's 6 teams. I have 6 scenarios. This is something you have to talk about with one of your analysts, and here's a script, actually, of how you could talk about it. It's on the card. Read the script now. When you come up here, don't recite the script. I want you to say it in your words.
We had the consulting team leaders, the CTLs, sit down one-on-one with an analyst from their team. Now in this case, the analyst was played by one of the managing partners, Doug, Derek, or me. And they had their hands full because Craig, he gave scenarios to all of us. So we had different personas to adopt, and we had certain issues.
I'm a big strategy guy. Like big picture, big strategy, love to execute, go fast, right? And I think, you know, minor stuff here or there, we can just fix that in iterations.
Because then that takes away time from us.
Oh, sorry. My mistake, I forgot to turn that on. I'm sloppy. Sorry.
Just because then it takes away time from
The CTLs were made aware of some of these things, and then they needed to react to be able to give us feedback in our one-on-one sessions.
Hi, Bobby. Thank you so much for coming in to speak with us
Hey,
today.
yeah. I bet you've been looking forward to this one. I have
I
been.
just want to make sure everyone's, in high spirits, and that way the team atmosphere will be more, up there, so then we can get people
Do you not think I have?
No. I mean, it's not.
I mean, what do you say? Is there something wrong with what I'm doing?
It just seems like sometimes you feel a little bit annoyed with us. You sometimes can roll your eyes a little bit when you talk to us, or just like a little bit right now. And,
would be capable of doing.
So you want me to
give them the correct guidance?
So slow down, take my time, maybe deliver like right on time instead of like super early. Just make sure I go through and fix every little error.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can slow down for you guys, sure. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The analysts and the CTLs were able to point out what they liked about each interaction.
Rapid feedback for the CTLs, anybody?
I liked when you said we can focus on your strengths, but we also want to focus on your weaknesses.
Don't say the word weakness. Say opportunities to improve. Weakness means you suck. How about body language? You're still doing it, man. I took that right away. You said down. You are here to fight. I'm either having an incredibly difficult conversation I'm nervous about, or I'm here to fight. And I know we're role playing, but laughing while he's talking doesn't help. Anything else?
Doug played the role of a student who was quite reclusive, was struggling with a lot of things, had a lot of things on his mind and just had no motivation.
How's everything going at home?
It's been hard.
We all know that you haven't been showing up to class on time necessarily, and obviously there's been a few days where your attendance has just been spotty in general in the past few weeks.
You know, just not in a good headspace. Health issues, family issues.
I just want to understand if there's any possible way that we can do something to help you out right now. We really want you to be that contributing team member that you said you wanted to be at the beginning of the semester.
It just doesn't feel like a priority to me.
All right, time.
My favorite role may have been Derek, playing this very juiced up, enthusiastic person who cut everybody off.
Because others have lots of great ideas on our team, and they've come to me personally to tell me those. But I would like for you to take an opportunity.
Tell you their ideas?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I would like
That's
for
great.
everyone to have an opportunity to express it to the group.
Okay.
So, could you, in our meetings, take a second after you share your ideas to sit back and let everyone talk before you talk?
Sure.
Awesome.
Am I not doing that already?
So,
And Craig had a role where he was so distracted by his cell phone that he was not giving respect to his core team leaders.
Some feedback with you, and I guess to start out, how are you doing outside of class?
Oh, things are great, man. I got it all taken care of. Yep.
Yeah, so when you say things are great, like what do you mean by that? Because as we're going through with our team, we have been missing some deadlines on the work being turned in.
I'm getting my stuff in. Right? I think all my stuff's in, right?
With that, no, actually.
Hang on a second.
if this is important, you can take a minute to
It's
step
always
out
important.
and maybe
No,
come
it's
back
always
because
important.
This is
You know,
important
I
as
think
well.
my dog's choking on something right now, so I'm looking at the.
I wish that you'd engage with us more because as a team, we need to make sure everything's done before the deadline so we can have.
Listen, I just got to get through this class. I just got to get through this class, right? Why don't you just leave me alone, right? I'll do what I got to do, and we'll get through this class. Because I already got a job lined up working at McDonald's after this, and I'm just excited about that, man. That's all.
Really wish we could have had makeup and costume and I could have worn a wig. This is something that they got something out of and that they will remember. There's nothing like acting things out and seeing things happen and then giving feedback for it to stick in your brain. So I think it was a good session.
That's hard for me to do. I'm an introvert. Oh, sorry, I'll sit down. That's not my normal role.